Marriage is an institution ordained by God Himself. In answer to having a practical guide that explores the intricacies of marriage relationship in these times, introducing Understanding the Dynamics of Marriage, a full resource guide for intending couples and every family, for anyone who desires to make his or her marriage worthwhile. It's packed full of knowledge vitamins about God's intention for the marriage institution. Written by a prolific educationist, public speaker and celebrated minister of gospel, Antoni Okoh. Available now in Christian bookstores near you at Sovereign Word Church Bookstore, located at number 11 Awori Street, Ilekwa Alhaji Bus Stop, or call Rosemary on 0803-558-2098.
I was in a meeting some time back, and a young lady came up with a question that became very controversial: why she had to opt out of a thriving relationship because she discovered that the manhood of the man she was dating was smaller than what she felt would be satisfactory to her, and because of that she opted out of that relationship. You see, there are many like that who may have issues like that, and that's what makes me come up with this topic I want to talk about today: concerns about sexual relationships in marriage. I'm Pastor Antoni Okoh. I want to talk about issues that has to do with sexual relationship in a marriage relationship. These days you discover that there are a lot of information. A lot of people are more informed about certain things than they used to be in the past, and one of them is the issue of sex. Those days you used to find out that sex used to be more like a grail thing, secret thing where people don't want to talk about it. But these days it's different, that even the married women that you think don't know anything are even more informed these days. And that's why any wise couple should work towards building a viable relationship, having a good sexual relationship to keep the marriage working, because God actually instituted sex in marriage, and it's for everyone to enjoy in marriage. It's when it's outside marriage then it begins to raise dust. But I'm majoring on the concerns that has to do with sex in a marriage relationship. And what are some of those concerns? You find out that some people will come up with stories like, my husband's penis is too small, it's not giving me the satisfaction I desire. Some will come up with, can I still have sex when I'm breastfeeding? Some will come up with, do I have to explore sexual positions? So many. There are a lot of concerns. That's why I am coming up with this issue, and I'm encouraging everyone to sit and look into this area. You see, the Bible tells us in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, it says, if it be good, let every man stay away from sexual relationship. But it says, if not, to avoid immoral living, it says, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. That tells you that sexual relationship in a marriage, it's important, and so we've got to talk about it. What are some of those concerns? Many concerns. Some will tell you, do I have to still have sex when I am fasting? Some of these issues have broken a lot of homes, and they have left some of their children deserted. The major one I want to address today is the size of the man's penis. Does it really affect a man's sexual performance? I would say, for us to answer this question, we may not just get a yes or a no, but you see, the mindset that we have in using what God has given to us will come into play here. Whatever God gives to us is good. The truth is this: no matter how small it may be, I tell you, the size is not the issue. It is how the man is able to use what he has. You know, that's where the man's ability, the mindset to want to be of a blessing, you know, to the wife also comes in. Then the woman's mindset in appreciating what God have also given to her will also come in. So there may not be a yes or a no, but I tell you, you can enjoy that sexual relationship with your spouse. If you've been having concerns in this area, I would encourage you, you know, to seek for help. And that's why I would encourage everyone hearing me now. I have just written a new book. And in this book, I have taken out time to talk about issues like that. I have talked about so many other concerns that I may not have the time to mention here. Where some will say, can a woman initiate sex? You know, how come as a man, he's the only one that is always coming after me? If you're like that, I have answered most of those concerns, most of those questions in my book. And I would encourage that you visit my website. You can visit my website, Lucy Okoh. With that, you will be able to read more and get the book and read. When you read, you gain knowledge and you'll be able to overcome some of these challenges. Then you may also need to seek for spiritual help or medical help. Some actually requires medical attention. But I tell you, no matter what it is, there's solution. Marriage is ordained of God for every married couple to enjoy. So you can enjoy sex. That size that you think will not give you the pleasure, I tell you, when you seek for the right help and the right counsel, I tell you, you will begin to enjoy that size that you think it's not good enough. Have a good day. I am Pastor Lucy. See you next time.
Marriage is an institution ordained by God Himself. In answer to having a practical guide that explores the intricacies of marriage relationship in these times, introducing Understanding the Dynamics of Marriage, a full resource guide for intending couples and every family, for anyone who desires to make his or her marriage worthwhile. It's packed full of knowledge vitamins about God's intention for the marriage institution. Written by a prolific educationist, public speaker and celebrated minister of gospel, Lucy Okoh. Available now in Christian bookstores near you at Sovereign Word Church Bookstore, located at number 11 Awori Street in Lekwa Alhaji Bus Stop, or call Rosemary on 0803 558 2098. Understand it.